Tucker Crowley was asleep when the new prisoner was brought in. He slipped his head out from under the blanket to see Sheriff McCallum throw the prisoner to the floor, where he slid on his side against the other cot. The prisoner gathered his breath and leapt to his feet and hurled himself at the cell door, but McCallum had already slammed it shut, locked it, and stepped back. Still, the prisoner grabbed the guards and rattled them. "Save your strength," McCallum said, sneering. "You'll need it." "I've still got plenty to take you on," the prisoner shouted, and unleashed a gob of spit that splattered over McCallum's shoulder and dripped down onto his star. With the back of his hand, McCallum cleaned his star. "I'll be having another word with you about that later," he said, then backed away to the door to the cells. The door slammed, keys rattled. "McCallum ain't lied about much," Tucker said, now wide awake, but he was there. "You're going to spend a lot of time angry in here if you don't calm down." The prisoner considered his bleak surroundings. 2 cells, barred on 3 sides with a stone back wall. 2 snoring whiskey hounds in the other cell. "I guess you're right," he said, and flopped down onto the free cot. Tucker appraised his new companion, seeing the reason for his anger. Bloody scrapes coated his knuckles. A split lip had dirtied his teeth. An ugly bruise darkened his cheek. "Can I give you a hard time?" he asked. "Not as hard a time as I gave him," the prisoner uttered a rueful laugh, which Tucker returned. They exchanged names, Tucker learning that he now shared a cell with Durango Jones. "And what did you do to get thrown in here?" Tucker asked. "What's it to you?" Tucker snarled. His brief, friendly mood ending in a moment. "Hey," Tucker said, raising his hands. "I was just making conversation. We ain't exactly got much of anything to do in here but talk." "No point me wasting my breath on that," Durango replied. "I don't intend to be in here for long." Durango cast a significant look at the small grill in the back wall through which the rays of the low moon shone. "Then I wish you luck with your dreams. I spent my first month in here plotting to escape until I realised it's impossible, and after night it won't matter." Tuttle settled down with his head resting on his hands. He'd given Durango an opportunity to talk, but if he didn't take up the offer, he could just resume his interrupted sleep. "Why?" Durango asked eventually. "What's happening tomorrow?" Tucker smiled. "I get shipped off to Denver," he said. 10 years. "What do you do to get that?" "What didn't I do?" Tucker swung his legs down to the floor and leaned forward. He lowered his voice. "The things I've done, I could have got hung 10 times over. But they only got me for horse feeding." "So what else did you do?" Tucker pondered on whether to answer honestly. He'd killed his first man at 16, spent the next 10 years chasing the easy dollar, and he wasn't sure how many men he'd killed in that pursuit. But with his companion being so cagey about himself, he didn't feel inclined to spill his guts just yet. "Well, you've got to be careful what you say in here," he said. "The rats have ears, if you know what I mean." Tucker lay back down. "So you first. What did you do to get thrown in here?" Durango sighed. He got to his feet and covered the 3 paces of the back wall, then jumped up to look out at the grill. Having completed the tour of the cell, he threw himself back on his cot and matched Tucker's posture. "It's a long story," he said. "I've got the time to listen." "Provided you finish by tomorrow." Durango cleared his throat, but didn't speak while he considered whether to reveal his crime. Then he grunted as if he'd made a decision and started talking. His voice was low and melodic and contained just enough detail to let Tucker close his eyes and imagine that the world outside his small cell did still exist.